It's your boy Pella. Want to check in on with you with this 2023 when Capricorn season still. Wanted to go to Basil Davidson. This is a European Basil Davidson book, Race and Class Volume XXXIX, page 4. Now, to see this ancient statue of an African brother, right? Let's see what Basil Davidson is saying here. He said the historians of classical Greece had themselves accepted as a fact, without exception, so far as surviving texts can show. Every Greek thinker of the classical age looked to Egypt, or we call Kemet or non-violent civilization, for inspiration and guidance. And accepted the cultural supremacy of Egypt, which is Africa, right? Basil Davidson, right? And so let's break that down. He said the historians of the classical Greeks had themselves. So he said the stories of classical Greek, historians of ancient Greece in the BC era, right? 300 BC, 500 BC, 800 BC, 1000 BC, had themselves, without exception, had themselves accepted as a fact. What is a fact? Without exception, so far as surviving texts can show. So what do you mean? Like Plato, we read Iliad, Homer. Every Greek, what's a Greek? Modern Europe, right? Of the classical age, look to Africa for inspiration and guidance and accept the cultural supremacy of Africa. Even in Egypt, right? Egypt and Africa, but there's also Egypt and America. But we know we're talking about over there. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't, when we talk about the cultural supremacy of Egypt, it does not. It does also pertain to America and Europe, because Egypt is a global galactic empire. As you know what I'm saying? It's outer space too. So-called black folk. That's the person from Egypt, an authentic statue of a king. You see his crown, a black brother from thousands of years ago. And it shows you again, the historians of classical Greeks had themselves accepted as a fact, without exception, so far as surviving texts can show. Every Greek thinker of classical age looked to Egypt for inspiration, guidance, and acceptance of cultural primacy of Africa, right? And so let's think about that. In school, we're not being taught that. We're not being taught that the classical Greeks had accepted as a fact without exception that every Greek thinker of ancient age looked to Africa for inspiration and guidance and accepted that, right? We are told that our history started with slavery, that we didn't start reading and writing until they enslaved us or colonized us. That Egypt is not connected to Africa, even though you can look at the brother right here and see how that's how people look. And so this guy, Basil Davidson, is a European. He wants to be honest because he knows there's going to be repercussions for everybody who's lying about history. So he wants to get out the way and let you know that he knows that so-called black people are the ancient Kemetic people, ancient Egypt people. And without exception, so far surviving texts, every so-called person who look like him, right? Let's be real. Think of classical ancient age, look to Africa for inspiration and guidance and accepted the cultural premise of Egypt, especially Africa. Egypt is a baby of Africa. So it just show you that this is why they can't show you this in school. Because then you won't believe Columbus discovered America. And then when you get so when you graduate and you become a doctor or something, you don't say, I'm the first black so-and-so. Not knowing that they all looked for you for inspiration, guidance, and accepted the cultural supremacy of you, black man, black woman. Okay? So that's what Basil Davidson is saying, race to class. So this your boy Pella. Keep on studying and, get you some Greek books. And shout out to the Greeks who kept it 100. The ones who were real, and shame on those who keep on lying, trying to promote mental slavery. All right, it's your boy Pilla, Shem Hotep, hasta la vista. Talk to y'all soon. Peace.